Good afternoon. Well, we got temperatures in the 70s today, and if you look on the bench over here, I've got something out that I haven't had out in a few years. Yes, Bondo glass. The only thing I'm hurting on is hardener. I have a tube of hardener here, but the head came off of it, and I don't think it's any good. It's all wet. It's got a strong smell. It's like water, but it's real strong smell, so I don't think that's any good. I've got a little bit in each one of these tubes, and then I got a new tube in this can of Bondo glass here. I still got a quarter full can of Bondo glass and a little bit of hardener for here. I want to take you over to the big van and show you what I am going to be doing, and this is only for the do-it-yourselfers and not for the professionals to even view. On the 90 Econoline here, I ground down all this here, and there's a lot of rust in here, and you can't see it up under here, but the inside well is all rotted out. The top, I don't know if you can see that. Let me try to get the camera in there, but you probably won't see anything.
Alright, we'll try to get at this angle here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't have a light to go in there. The sun is bright, but I don't think it's going to show in there. I doubt you'll be able to see anything. I'm holding the camera in blindly, so. But all through here, there's a hole here. I'm moving the camera, so I don't know if it's all going to be in view or not here. But as you can plainly see, this is the worst part here, as far as the outside fender is concerned. And the only thing I can do is to grind it down like I did on the outside, and put Bondo glass on it. That's all I can do. You know, just Bondo glass this. Bondo glass won't rust out, of course, but the metal will, and Bondo will fall off in time. But it's a losing battle with this van. All I do is I'll just Bondo this. That's all. I'll put Bondo glass over it. I got to do more sanding, grinding, and I'm using the 60 grit wheel here on this Harbor Freight grinder, and I've got a metal wheel somewhere around, probably on the bench outside, that I'll be hitting underneath here a little bit to try to get some of this off. It's just a losing battle, you know, and I want to show you what I mean by a losing battle. Take you on the other side here. Now, this part never got Bondoed, but I spent a lot of time tarring the inside of this sheet metal here and putting this on and tarring it up. But you can see what's happening here. Make sure I'm in camera view. So this is all rotting out. So that means I got to extend this piece over to here now. And all these areas where I had done is coming through. Now the back, where I had done, is holding up pretty good. And over on this corner here, other than peeling paint, it's not too bad. It's still holding up. And this isn't too bad, but it is getting rusty here, but it feels good inside here. Where I did this, well, you can see where I had the trim here, which I took off and can't find. Every once in a while I'll shoot some WD-40 in there just to keep it from rusting on the inside. Started rusting here, it's just like a losing battle. Like I spent a lot of time down here grinding this and everything else, and putting rusty metal primer and then self-etching primer and and everything, and it's just I can't win. Another area around the back window here, and I used rust neutralizer and everything. It's not too bad, but it still rusts on the inside, and there's no way I can fix that. I just have to keep going over it. You can see where I had painted it. I'm no professional. That's why these bodywork videos that you see, and I'm not going to be doing too many of them. I just wanted to give you a little update. These are made for guys like me that don't have much money, cannot afford a body man to do it. The right way is to bring it to a body shop, and literally they'll replace the whole fender. But this is a 90, so you're not going to be able to get an aftermarket fender to go on here. So we're going to make this do with Bondo glass. That's what we're going to do. We're not going to bother with the lightweight Bondo. We're going to put the Bondo glass right on top of this and grind it down. I want to try to get that done today. So this video is not going to be like my poor man's bodywork videos. This is just going to be kind of like a show and tell, where I do some and then show you, and that's the way it's going to be. So I got work to do. Come back on the video in a little bit. Before I get started, this stuff is hard to get. It comes with the Bondo, but I always use more hardener than what they call for. Otherwise, you're waiting half the day for the stuff to set up. I've had good luck with, doing it my way, as the song goes. So I got work to do. I'll bring you back on the video as I progress along. Now that's the best I can do. I cleaned it out with a screwdriver and a wire brush as much as I could get in there. Sanded it, and I ground and sand under here. I'm going to hit this with self-etching primer and the whole thing. I'm going to mask off this area, and I'm going to put the self-etching primer only on this area here. And then that's where the Bondo is going to go, the Bondo glass. So I'm going to fill this in with Bondo glass. There's a double wall here, and on the inside I can feel it, but that's where it's all rotted out, right in here. There's a big hole here. So there's like an area here on the inside that's all open. So water can get up in there and get around there, but if I block this, plug this up with Bondo glass, it should help. There's nothing I can do. I'm not a body man, I'm just a poor man. Alright, a lousy job, but I just sprayed some of this self-etching primer on here. I didn't want to use any navel jelly because I'd have to leave it on for quite a while and then rinse it off with water, and it would stay wet inside. It would cause me a problem, and I don't have much faith in any of those rust neutralizers anyways. They never really worked. Like around that window and the back window I showed you near the rubber, I used all kinds of rust neutralizer in that, and that didn't do any good. So we'll let this dry. It's actually dried a touch now, but I want to make sure it dries inside. And then I'll just take the Bondo glass and shove it in here and build all this up. Well, this I don't have to really build up too much. It just put a light coating of Bondo glass on here. The primary reason for using Bondo glass is in here and in here, and up under here where you can see the hole right there. So I want to build that up with Bondo glass, and the rest of it is not too bad, but there is a hole here. Like I say, you can't see that too good. So take advantage of the warm weather
And what I'm just going to do is I just put the Bondo glass on there and then coat it with, put some primer on there before the end of the day, because they say that you're not supposed to leave the Bondo on unprotected. You know, you should have some kind of a paint on it or something. And later in the year I'll maybe do more. Alright, I got all the Bondo on, and a quick and dirty job. This is the paint that I used on the van in 2015 for the lower portion. It's a primer and paint in one. I used this before I put the Bondo on, but then I used this afterwards over the Bondo, and I'll show you the crappy job I did. Okay, I figured I'd use this because it'll protect it better than the self-etching primer. And I went all around and I Bondoed this up. And this area here is the same as on the driver's side. So it's might be a drain or something, I don't know. But the whole inside of the fender's got to be replaced anyways. It's pretty bad up in here. The inside, it's all rotted here on the top. So I'd have to take the wheel off, and that's a big job, but I can. I've been putting this off for a long time, so at least I got these holes filled in. It's not perfect. I never can do a smooth job. There's a lot of imperfections, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let's see. Feel the masking tape here. Yeah, should be ready to peel. It should be able to peel that off. It's not going to be a perfect, you know, it's almost impossible to make a perfect circle with the masking tape bending around, you know. But eventually this part will be painted the off-white just like it is here. So I'm sure that I'm going to have to sand it down and grind it a little bit lightly and put more Bondo on it because it's pitted here. There is some rust here, but not real bad, not like here. So I can start peeling this off now, and if it looks too bad, I think I have a can of this paint. I can just hit it. But at least it's better than the holes that I had in here. When I started grinding this, these holes really showed through. So let me take this tape off and we'll come right back. Okay, well, not too bad, I guess. But this whole area's got to be painted white anyways. You see this line right here? Well, that line was there when we got the van. Apparently it had plastic wheel well covers like my Dodge Dakota has at one time, so I think that's what that is. But it looks a lot better now, and I got to get up underneath and do the inside wheel well, and that's going to be a huge job. No matter how much metal I put in there and tar and everything else, water's going to get behind it and rot it out anyway. So all I'm doing is just buying time, this kind of work. So that's the story there. That's my body work for today. Not perfect. I got a little imperfection here, but I've been using just Bondo glass. I didn't use the finer, you know, the regular Bondo, which is what you probably should use on the small imperfections like this. But it's not bad. That's it. Nothing special. Thanks for watching.